Alright, so this is the top that I was telling you about. It is the Spun Out Design Sceptre. I really like it. I don't know how well the color is going to come out on this, but you can see it's got a flamed steel tip look to it. I don't know if you can see the ball bearing there. That's ruby, machinist grade ruby. Doesn't do anything other than make it look better. Ceramic bearing is just as effective for spinning, but I wanted to have a ruby in there. So this right here is just a standard lens. It's a 75 millimeter focal length of 20 centimeters or 20 millimeters. I forget which. I think it's 20 centimeters. But basic idea is it's concave, so as it spins, it'll eventually settle into the center, creates less friction. Up here, I can get 4 to 5 minutes on a spin, but here, that's where I'm getting the 9 to 10 minutes. So let's see if I can do this on the first try. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries to get a good spin going. Oh yeah, that one will work. And I've just started my timer on my watch. Now because it spins like this, that creates a little bit extra friction, so I'm going to get it to settle into the center here. There we go. Now she's settled into the center. You can see, still spinning, still moving. And so here we go. Now I get to hold my phone like this for the next frickin' 8 minutes or so. At this point, you can feel free to mute the volume if you would like to, because I'm going to sit here and ramble since I got nothing else to do for 8 minutes while I hold my phone pointing this thing at it. I did some research, and this all started out because I joined this group called Mass Drop, and it just sends you daily emails of new random shit that they've got that they're selling. And there's always these fucking tops. I'm like, what the hell is going on with these tops? Why would somebody spend so much money on a top? And like the cheap ones were going for 20 or 30 bucks. Models like this one, where there's a little bit more design and longer spin times that were possible, going for 60, 70. I even saw a special edition one for like 120 bucks. Why the hell would you spend that much on tops? And the more I looked at it, the more I started YouTubing it and researching it, and I kind of got intrigued by it. Till I got to the point where I spent $70 damn on this frickin' top. It was either 60 or 70 by the time shipping was included. And because it's supposed to be able to do 10-minute spin times. So I got it, and I was only able to get 4 or 5-minute spin times on just a normal tabletop or whatever. So I got the lens because they sell $50 stations to spin tops on. So you can spend $70 on the top, $50 on the station, and of course the station has holes in it for tops, so you can put like 4 tops into it. So you could literally have, $400 or more or less in this one station of frickin' tops, and I just didn't get it. But they used a lens, so I searched Amazon, got the spin station, the lens there for 10 bucks. I'm thinking about building something around it just to, test my creative side more than anything. Let's see. Yeah, so the ruby bearing, like I said, it doesn't give any more spin time than the ceramic bearing, but ruby is harder than ceramic, so it'll not scratch as easily, not dent if I accidentally spin it off the table and it hits the deck. So went with the ruby. I think it costs an extra $4 or something to have the ruby as opposed to the ceramic. But you can see, still spinning, just sitting there perfectly balanced. Got a hollow tube up top there. Doesn't go all the way down to the bearing. There's one design top where the hollow goes all the way through to the ruby bearing. so you can look through it and see the red light shining through it if you hold it up to the light. Again, completely useless for actually spinning, but cool just to have. The sad part is I'm actually thinking about getting another top. That's fucking stupid, but there it is. Now on the screen here you can see it's still spinning, the light flashing across it. Don't know if you can see that or not, but I assure you it's still spinning. We're at 4 minutes and 20 seconds of spin by my watch, but I started that about 10 seconds late, or thereabouts. We'll say 5, so whatever time it ends up at, we'll add 5 seconds to it. That was a decent spin. Not the best I've ever had. I imagine this one will be about an 8-minute spin or so. So we're about halfway, a little over halfway through with it already. While I was doing my research, I saw this one guy who had, I searched world record spin, top spin or something like that on YouTube. And the world record, I don't know if it's official or not, but the guy showed a video of a top supposedly spinning for an hour. But it was chopped into a 6-minute video. But after seeing this and seeing his design, I actually kind of fully believe that it spun for an hour. You can check it out, see what you want, believe what you want. But I don't know, there's just something really, I won't say meditative about it, but it kind of helps with fidgeting to get that thing spinning and then just let it sit there. You get bored, you get distracted, just watch it spin, and you kind of zone out and you can focus on other tasks because watching the thing spin just eats up your mind. There's a lot of design that goes into the tops. Obviously, you've got the knurled handle up there so that you can get a better grip on it to spin. The metals that they use for the core and for the outside. The way that it's weighted, you want a lot of weight in the center so that you get that centrifugal force, but you don't want a whole lot of weight on the outside. You want the outside to be lighter. If the stem is thinner, then it'll spin faster initially, so you'll be able to get a longer spin time on it. This one is actually a pretty fat stem from what I've read. Again, it's my only top, I don't know. But supposedly this is a really fat stem, and if it was just a little bit thinner, you'd be able to get even more time out of it because it would spin faster initially. I don't know. We're starting to get a little bit of a wobble in it, which usually means we've got less than a minute left. And we're just coming up on 7 minutes now by my watch. So we might make it into the 8-minute mark, we might not. It's kind of stupid. I carry this thing around in my pocket whenever I go to and from work. I'll spin it at home. I'll spin it here. Doesn't matter. I just have it, and I just like to spin it. I'll go out, and I've told the recruits, I'm like, hey, anybody who thinks they can do arm circles as long as my top spins, step on up. After the first time I brought it out and started spinning it, I didn't have any takers. So, whatever. Let's see, and that is 7 minutes 55 seconds, so we've gone over 8 minutes now on this spin. And I've really got, as soon as this is done, I've got to get to that C-school graduation. So I'm kind of hoping that it falls soon. Starting to get more of a wobble in it. Yep, there we go. And boom, that was 8 minutes 31 seconds by my watch. If you want to actually measure it out from the time it started spinning on this actual video to the end, that's up to you. I don't care. But it was somewhere over 8 minutes long for the spin, 8.5 minutes. So there you go, proof that these tops spin for 8.5 minutes. Was it worth $70? I have no idea what it would be to somebody else, but to me it was. I think the design is pretty cool with those things cut in the side, the ruby tip, the hollow stem, the color of it. It's a stainless steel top, but it's got that flamed out look. I hope this color really comes through a lot better than what it's looking like on my screen, because this is dull as shit. And it really is an actually very beautiful, well-made top. So, there you go.